Big booty bitches.
Batman Caped Crusader came out recently, and since I like all things to do with bats and men, I decided to watch it all, and I'm gonna talk about it. I had high hopes going into this because it has a couple popular names attached to some other animated Batman stuff working on it, and those hopes were both met and a little let down. The animation style looks pretty nice and I liked it quite a bit. It feels like a modern take on the same style used in the animated series from the 90s. I've always loved the bold, dark lines around characters' eyes in this style, and Caped Crusader brings them back here. An old-timey gothic style is used throughout the show to great effect without the show feeling dull. It's not afraid to have scenes in the daytime and show the sun, and I appreciate that aspect of it. I'm a little mixed on the character designs, however. I like the new designs lots of the villains got for the most part, but then I thought almost every character looked overly short and stocky, if you know what I mean. Batman's design threw me off at first. I'm not a huge fan of the tilted ears and how the gloves don't go past his wrists, but it didn't distract me as much as the show went on. Unfortunately, Caped Crusader suffers from the same problem as Invincible, having cheap-looking animation from time to time. There was a couple times I noticed background characters not moving at all, and a couple recycled movements. Initially, I was worried the show would be aggressively woke due to the needless diversity thrown in at the start. They made Penguin a woman, the Gordons are black, Harley Quinn is gay, and none of it serves a purpose, except for the Penguin stuff, I guess. Although nothing is gained from these changes, they don't bring any extra attention to it either, so I don't have a problem with it. And I really enjoyed both Gordons as a character in the series on top of that. I thought the show handles Batman's battle with his identity in a compelling way. There's an episode where Bruce has to attend court-mandated therapy, and he's so good at hiding behind his billionaire playboy persona that even the therapist thinks he's that shallow, but you see him instantly swap back to his Batman voice and personality the second he's out of the public eye. It's clear he's hiding something behind the mask, and I thought it evidently clear with his treatment of Alfred. Alfred gets fucking bullied throughout the entire show, with Bruce constantly giving him the cold shoulder and even getting angry with him. He's just a sweet little man, why you gotta do him like that? Bruce does grow and have a character arc throughout the show with him opening up more, but it's your typical Batman shit. Honestly, it was handled better in the Lego Batman movie. Another thing I liked about Batman was the voice. Nothing will ever beat the legendary Kevin Conroy to me, but this was a nice new take on it. It's deep without being too grungy like Bale while still being menacing, and I grew to like it more and more as the show went on.
I need your help.
Sure. With what?
What do you think? I need you to take some pictures.
Initially, the show reminded me a lot of a mixture of the classic animated series and the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. I had high hopes that the show would be structured in a long-form mystery detective kind of way. Every episode would lead into each other and we'd have a big overarching villain for the whole series, but that's not what we got. It does focus a little more on the detective work and has a couple continuous plot threads, but mostly you can watch any of these episodes as one-offs. I don't hate that. In fact, I think it does something really neat with it. Some episodes focus more on the point of view of Batman, where you'll see his conversations with Alfred and what he's thinking, and other episodes will focus more on the point of views of the detectives like Gordon or Montoya, where Batman is a mystery and you see the corruption of the police station. I thought this helped develop Flask and Bullock as great villains, not because they're deep or anything, but because they're such a reoccurring problem throughout the show, and they're the closest thing to the overarching villain that I wanted. They really pulled out some deep-cut villains for this one. Gentleman Ghost, Natalia Knight, Onomatopoeia, I'm sorry, what? Most of them were hit or miss though. For example, Catwoman, Onomatopoeia, and Firebug were really one note, which was disappointing, especially for Catwoman, who if written well can be a really compelling character. On the other hand, I like the twists they put on Penguin, Clayface, and Harley Quinn. They weren't groundbreaking or anything, but they were a nice spice of variety for those particular characters. The eventual big bad of the show ends up being Two-Face, but I don't think it was handled well at all. Harvey Dent is present throughout most of the show, but never really the focus, and when he is on screen, you see him taking bribes and being a creep in general. This makes the transition from Harvey to Two-Face not have any emotional beats because Harvey was already a dick before, so who cares that he's evil now? I think they do save it near the end when Two-Face actually has a face turn and you see more of a human, compassionate side you never really saw before when he sacrifices himself to save Barbara Gordon. Batman Caped Crusader was a nice homage to the classic animated series with its own twists, character arcs, and plot lines, and while it wasn't what I was expecting, I still liked it and recommend that you watch it. It's only 10 episodes, all available on Prime right now, so if you like Batman, then give it a watch.
Big booty bitches.